in. So probably it's already 6:30. So we just start our session on team building today. So before I go ahead with this session, I would like to tell you all that, no, my dear friend, this is one of the very nice session, one of my favorite sessions, which I have been taking for quite long some time with a lot of prestigious organization, including IoT also. So I just hope that we have a great learning experience today. But the only submission that I would like to make it today is that, I want people to be little interactive, because if you are not interactive, then you will lose the essence of being a part of this as a participant, or I will not be able to deliver the concept of team building or maybe as a team player. So let me go ahead and just check out, or just let me start sharing my PPT. Ma'am, is my PPT visible?
No, ma'am.
No? Just 1 minute. It says that something went wrong when screen sharing. Try restarting your browser if the problem continues. Ma'am, shall I log in again?
Sure, ma'am. No problem.
Just give me 1 second, please. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am. It's visible,
All
ma'am.
right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I'm Dr. Rakhi from Faculty of Commerce, Banaras Hindu University. And it says that a smile is a handshake with your face. So, I would like to give a big smile to everyone who's connected on this platform today. And we just hope that we have a great learning experience. But, whenever I take any of the sessions, one of my core idea is that I should not come immediately and bombard you with a lot of the content related with the topic. But what I generally prefer is that, okay, let's know each other for a while, because we'll be connected for another 1 hour. And if we know each other, so we can connect with each other, we can understand, or we can have a great discussion. So I will just take 2 minutes of time to break the ice between us. And I would just like to know that what is your name, or from where have you joined, or maybe your department, or anything that you would like to tell us. So let me quickly put this down, and let me ask people who have joined me today. So just hardly 2 minutes of time. So we are almost 8 of us who have joined. So anybody can unmute and can just give a very very small round of introduction. I can see Naina, Pundi, Preeti, Rajkumar sir, Sugasini, anybody. So you can just unmute your mic and just can just give us a small introduction of yourself. Naina. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Hi, ma'am. This is Nana this side. I am currently logged in from Bangalore. I'm working as an assistant professor in a college. So
Okay.
currently I am taking HR related subjects.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, And I recently restarted after a gap of 6 to 7 years because my daughter was really small.
Okay.
So I'm just connecting again with people. So that is why I'm here.
So nice to have you, Naina. So nice
Thank
to
you.
have you. I hope that we have a great time together, right?
Yeah, hope
All
so.
right.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, Preeti. Yes.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Myself Preeti, and I'm working assistant professor in Kobe Kalimahal College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore.
Okay. Coimbatore. Wow. Hmm.
Yes, ma'am. Now I am doing BA, so I have a lot of experience. So I'm joined today.
All
Thank
right,
you, ma'am.
Preeti. So nice to have you today in the session. Huh? We just hope that we are very interactive and I'm able to convey the essence of team building very well to you. Welcome to the session. All right,
Thank
Rajkumar
you.
Gajare, sir. Rajkumar. Okay. Subhasini. Yeah.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
I am from Tirunelveli. I am Yasuga, Dr. Yasuga. I
Mm-hmm.
am working as an assistant professor of botany. Botany.
Botany. Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
That's so interesting, huh?
Hmm.
Which place, ma'am? You have joined from which place?
Uh,
You're joining from which place, madam?
Tirunelveli, ma'am.
Where is it? Tamil Nadu.
Yes, ma'am. Tamil Nadu.
Okay, so you're extreme south, I'm extreme north. I'm joining from UP, right? All right, thank you
Yes,
so
yes,
much.
definitely,
So,
ma'am. Thank you.
okay. So, all right, so we are just few of us for this session today, but still, we are going to have a great one. All right, so the topic that I'm going to cover, people joining from Bangalore, Coimbatore, and Tamil Nadu. It's so nice to have them. All right, so that was a small round of introduction that we had. So, my dear friends, we always say that we all need oxygen for breathing, right? So, when we talk about oxygen, it's just related to the chemical compound is O2. But in our academia, if we are as a researcher, or maybe as a employee, or maybe as a student, or maybe as in any capacity, if we are working, we also need oxygen for excellence. This basically, I'm talking in terms of academia, and this oxygen is nothing but is just related with the offline and online. So either of us who's there, we all need offline mode and online mode to get connected with each other, and this is just the bliss of technology that we are connected. And since the topic is such that one of the topics from HR, of course, the team building. So I really wanted to connect with you all to get you the feeling. All right. So all those people, just few of us who are there on this platform, can you see the slide? Can you all see the slide?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, see, I cannot see the names now, right? Earlier, I was able to see the names of the people, but now I'm not able to see the names of the people. So, what I'm asking you, can you tell me, or what you can gauge, or what you can decipher, or what you can comprehend from these gifs that I have given? I want you all to make up a story on an individual front, of course, since we are all connected offline, online. I stand corrected. So, anybody, can you think of anything? Seeing these pictures? Anyone? Anyone? Preeti, Sukhasini, we all just had a small round of introduction. Can you tell me what these pictures signify to you, or what you can think of these pictures as? Anyone?
These are like our thoughts,
Hmm.
different. Like we want to work out also. Then we are surrounded by our children most of the times. Then we also want to entertain ourselves. Like music is there,
Very good.
dance,
Huh.
and then we are these days we are mostly dependent on our cooks and helps house helps. So I can see food also there. And
Hmm.
when we are tired, a cup of coffee is what we need,
Hmm.
and a lot of things. And we are burning money like anything, or maybe it signifies inflation. I don't know. And then
You tell me. Huh.
and then the sun is really scorching heat these days.
Hmm.
So I can
Hmm.
understand. Yeah, that is what I'm getting from these pictures.
All right. So you are the one who joining from Bangalore, no? Right? I just forgot your name.
Yes, yes.
All right.
Nana.
Naina, right, Naina. So nice to have you. All right. So you, according to you, we are burning money. The cook is not coming. We need a cup of coffee to de-stress ourselves, and we need some music, and then we are so occupied with the kids, and then we need time for some recreation, or maybe something. We are going on an excursion, and maybe we are going to the gym and all. So
Yeah.
that was a small story. Thank you so much. So what I tried to do with this slide is to just to tell you all that everyone has got a different perspective in life. So generally, at times, people they feel that people only believe in enjoying. They do not believe in putting hard work, or maybe they're too stressed out. That there's hardly any time for some music, or there's hardly any time for cooking. People are busy making money and spending, or they are more spendthrift. And at times, people in anger, they are simply coming to the destructive part of the life, so on and so forth. So when I generally do this exercise in the offline mode, so I really get lot of different views from different set of people. All right, let me quickly proceed. So, my dear friends, when we talk about team and we talk about team building, of course, the topic is team and team building. Let me proceed very quickly because I've got few interesting things in my PPT today. So, basically, when we talk about a team, so basically, when we have this team or we talk about team management is basically nothing, or team building is nothing, but it's just the people management skill, or just we feel that okay, we are the ones where we need to work together and in order to attain the goals of the company. So the first rule of any team building is to get a very common goal. We need to have a common goal. We have to establish our team very effectively. And once we are able to establish our team very effectively, we need to establish our leadership, and then we have each team member. Now at times, like people, they really get confused between the word team and group. Let me make it a difference clear to you all. When we have team is basically where a team has a common goal. For example, if we talk about the cricket team or a football team, and when we have a group, it may have a common goal and it may not have a common goal. Whereas in the case of team, everyone is interdependent on each other, because no one can work in isolation. There is no I, me, and myself. Whereas in the case of a group, the members are very independent. They may not know each other, and at times the specific roles are also not clear. So even if we have a team in the cricket team, so we all know that who's the one who's going to bat first, or who's the one who's going to do the fielding part, or we also know that who are the ones who are going to take care of the other things. As you can see the here also, like this is a team. This is basically a team, and here we have an orchestra where everyone's effort is coordinated in a proper way in order to get that kind of mellifluous music. So this is ideally the result of a team where people are only just together. They are not dependent on each other. They do not know each other. Then it is basically a group. So when we have this team building, we all know that any kind of building, it was not built in a day, and it was not the result of just one individual person. Of course, it has been the effort of many people. And we know that managing a team is not a simple thing. One has to ensure that, that the role that they play, they are able to do justice. For example, in a building, we have got so many people involved in making a building. So it's just not me, I and me focus is there. Then team building is nothing but just the ongoing process that helps a worker to evolve in a very, very cohesive unit. So when we talk about cohesive, is basically where everyone works together in collaboration. There are no bickerings, there are no hardships, and everyone is ready to accept their views, ideas, suggestion. And of course, there's a word which I have very frequently used in my book, which is known as TRS, that is trust, respect, and support. So in a team building, we know when we have a team, we actually need to have that kind of bonding and connection with each other. And once we have that kind of bonding and connection, only then we can work cohesively together for the common goal. So where we know that the team can basically perform. So when we know that team can perform, it can be there's a purpose, there's empowerment, relationship, flexibility, optimum performance, recognition, appreciation, and morale. So everyone is working or they are chasing the common goal. Then there's some kind of freedom is being given to the team members. Okay, they can act, they can think, or they can do anything for the benefit of the group or the team on the whole. then there has to be a very, very powerful relationship amongst the people. There has to be, as I told you, that the first rule is that we need to build a common goal. We need to establish a perfect team. So I'll be talking about few things also related with the team formation. So but we know that communication and relationship, they are very important, and lack of communication will always lead to misunderstandings. Then we know that there's the element of flexibility, there is optimal performance, and then we have to reward each other. Even the slightest effort put in by any team member, a little pat on the back, just well done, my boy, well done, my friend, that can always motivate the person to exert higher level of their efforts. And of course, the entire team morale can also go up. So these are the different terms that we actually use. For example, teamwork, team player, and team building. Teamwork is actually the concept of working together. Team player is the individual one. And team building is basically just establishing that sense of being a team player or team spirit, having that kind of team spirit. Look at this beautiful picture. So here, working together gets the goods done. So of course, there is a lot of difference between these two people, but the common goal is that they want to get this burger. So they are collaborating with each other without having that feeling of I, me, and myself, and ego, and all those things. So this is like they are collaborating. They are just two people, but once we collaborate in a better way, or in a longer way, or in maybe in a more cohesive way, that would be a team. Now, at times, why this is a very slight, very quickly, I'll move on to this. Factors that hinder the good working relationship. Why we are not able to talk about relationship in a team? Because at times, maybe the team, maybe there is no trust. There's a lot of gossip is there. Maybe the leader is not good, or maybe the clarity related with the job is not there, or maybe there's very poor communication. Please understand, this is the crux of everything. Like. Even in the team building, we need people who can communicate, who can express their ideas, views, suggestions, and they can clarify their doubts. So any team will only perform once there's a perfect flow of communication percolating from top to bottom. So these are the different factors that actually help, they hinder the performance of the team. So when we talk about the team, is basically a team, everyone achieves more. So like if we are working together in a proper way, we can attain a higher or exponential growth figures of the company. They can be attained very easily, or we are able to attain the short-term goals of the company also. Now the question arises is like, why should we be a team? Because people, they feel that why should I work in a team, what is the goal, or why are we together? So the simple concept is, like we need people, that we need people to work together, because everyone has got a different KSA, skills, knowledge, and abilities. So we need to harness on the skills. We need to leverage the skills and knowledge and abilities of the others, because no individual person is perfect. So that is why we all need to work in a team. And then above all, what is more important is that we are able to sustain the enthusiasm. We can always support each other. So one of the things that we talk about the team building is, we are always helping to support the struggling friends or our teammates to attain their target, or maybe any short-term goal. Now, how does a team works best? So a team will only succeed when they come, people have that common objective. No team member should have the objectives which are tangent to the objectives of the company or of the entire group. And they should know what is expected out of them, their roles and responsibilities, or maybe the communication. Please understand, communication is the crux to everything. So communication can always clarify or dispel the doubts or misunderstandings. And whenever the doubts and misunderstandings, they are dispelled, naturally the connectivity or the camaraderie, or maybe the matching of the wavelength is very, very nice. And definitely communication always help us to have personal good relationship. Then team morale basically works on the support system. Like as I told you, that once we are talking about the team building, we are talking about the team. And team is nothing but where a group of people, they are working together, those who are interdependent, those who have got the common goals. They are going to support each other. There are certain resources where where the maximum utilization of the resources have to be done. And there are different personalities. So when I talk about different personalities, it's all related with your KSA, knowledge, skills, and abilities. We need to leverage the skills of everyone. I may be good at something, maybe Nana is good at something, maybe Preeti is good at something, or maybe people in other areas, they may be good with something. For example, people, they may be good at writing, people may be good at decoration, people may be good at handling people, people may be good with their thoughts, or maybe people are very, very good in, making a decision or giving a support system. So we need to leverage the skills of each other in a team. Then when we have this teamwork skills, we have to listen to each other, where we say that, we cannot have that I, me, and myself. We have to listen to each other, their viewpoint. We cannot have that high ego in a team. Then we need to question, we need to persuade each other, we need to respect. Please understand why we talk about respect, because even irrespective of the age, or irrespective of the education background, or irrespective of the knowledge, even the person at the lowest level can also give you very good insights or very good idea to solve a particular problem, or any idea can come from anywhere. So we need to persuade, we need to respect people, and we need to share in participation. So when we have this team building, the feeling of participation, no, this is my team. So remember, if you all, when you were all in school, like I remember, I'm from St. Mary's Convent. So whenever we used to have this basketball game, so there used to be a different kind of feeling. Oh, green house should win, or maybe the yellow house should win, or maybe the blue house should win. So that is the kind of enthusiasm that has to be existed, and people have to feel that, okay, this is my team, I'm going to support that. So energizing that inner self is what is actually teamwork. So when we have this teamwork cycle, is actually, like we talk about, that we have to promote learning, we have to respond to flexibility, and we have to deliver outstanding quality. So this is only possible once we work in a team. So again, please understand that, the team is basically forming or formation of the bonds and the connection. Here, the word connection and the communication and the bond word is very, very essential. So whenever we have this team building, we cannot bypass the importance of leadership also. So as a leadership, as a leader is going to do nothing, but the leader is going to influence. The leader will only influence the personalities of the people to exert higher level, or the leader is going to counsel them, or the leader is going to make them more confident. Then we have got 3 P's of teamwork. So we talk about people, purpose, and process. So we should know that who are the people who are going to be part of the team. So naturally, we need to have those people in the team who are ready to give them the best of their efforts. And then they should also know that, people who are a part of a team, they will not back out, they will not backstab, or they are not going to be the traitors. Then we talk about the purpose. So when we talk about the purposes, like why, what, when, so we should know that why the team is being formed, or what is the main purpose behind the team, what is the goal that we have all gathered here, or when this team would get dismantled, so on and so forth. And the process is how we are going to attain. For example, you might have seen people traveling to US or maybe UK for projects. So everybody hailing from a different country, and then they come together for a common project. So you need to acclimatize them yourself, or the others, they have to acclimatize themselves to the team needs, or the team group, or team, the processes. We should know the process of attainment of the goals, how the goals are going to be attained. Then there's the C plus C plus C, that is the complementary skills and commitment and the common approach. Now, when we have this team building, we should have this problem solving attitude. We should not be the problem creators. Rather, we should be the ones who are giving suggestions, and we are the ones who are supporting the entire team rather than being the troublemakers. So for that purpose, we need to have a strong interpersonal skill. So when we have this strong interpersonal skills, is basically we are interacting with each other. And as I told you, the crux of the entire team building is nothing but it's just the communication that we have. And then the commitment to the SMART goals, that is smart, specific, manageable, adequate, all those things, they are part of the goals. So the goal should be such, or the identification of the goal should be such, that we are able to attain those goals. And then we need to have that kind of common approach, that everyone is heading towards attainment of the goals. The no individual goal should be tangent to the basics also, we talk about the performance of the result. We all need to have that kind of skills, and the commitment level has to come from each one of us, that okay, we are giving our best. So you might have seen a lot of Hindi movies also, you might have seen a lot of very, very crystal clear in the minds of the people. And when we talk about the skills, one should be a problem solving. The person should know that, okay, if a problem arises, so how as a team we are able to solve those problems. Then collaboration and teamwork in action, we talk about that, as I told you, collaboration, bonding, communication, common approach, common goal, all these things are the highlighting words of the team building only, teamwork only. So people with high level of collaboration and teamwork, they will always enjoy their people's company. They will be very enthusiastic, they will be participating, or they will be making the environment very light, or maybe they will be ready to take on any of the responsibilities. They know what kind of roles they are going to play, and then of course the celebrations are going to be great. But on the other hand, there may be people who may have very low collaboration or teamwork. Maybe they are introverts, they don't want to work with people, they want to be alone, or they only believe in win and lose competition, so on and so forth. Now, at times it says that, like stage one, it says that, okay, hello, I am so and so. Because, when people they are working in team, it is not necessary that people are known to each other. Then they should know what is what is our destination, why are we working here. So, for example, if you're flying by Emirates, so every time if you're flying in Emirates for an international flight, their cabin crew members, they always meet for the first time, but they know that they have to be together for the long flight of maybe 10 to 15 hours. So they cannot have the I, me, and myself attitude. So they all have to work in a team only. Then they talk about the like what are the cost and benefit of the team, or what are kind of skills that we have to have, or maybe what is the best route that we can attain the goals, and how we can work together. Now, one of the very, very striking features of team building is all related with the team, stages. So ideally, my dear friends, there are 4 stages that we talk about. Let me very quickly give you a gist of it. It talks about the forming stage, storming stage, norming, and performing. So, just in a bird's eye view, I'll just tell you, and then we go deep down, or we delve down. So, when we have this forming, forming is basically where people they come together for the first time. So, in a team building, also we should know that in a team building skills, like we should have leadership skills, problem solving, creativity, or maybe the collaboration part, or maybe the conflict resolution, so on and so forth. So forming is a stage where people will come for the first time. They come to know each other for the first time, and they are, like they are not very comfortable in the first go only. They don't have, they are at times they may be wrongly judged, or they may be wrongly criticized also. And the main purpose of forming of a team is basically establishment of the trust. Then storming is a stage, where a lot of fighting takes place. Like here the discussions are quite different. Here I, me, and myself attitude comes into play. And yep, here it's a period of conflict and competitiveness. Like everyone feels that, okay, why should I listen to the other person? The other person should listen to me. Or every member, they try to assert themselves on others, and there's always lot of tension, lot of frustration, lot of resentment, lot of anger. People that they feel that, okay, why should I listen to the other person? The other person should listen to my thoughts, so on and so forth. Then the third one, we have the norming stage. So here in the norming stage, it talks about that, that here people, they mellow down a bit. And like here little maturity comes with this little stability also. Here people, they feel that, okay, there's no point fighting amongst ourselves, but we have been here for a common purpose by our top management. So we have to work, we have to finish off the work, and then we have to get away from each other. So people should be able to work together without any constant conflict conflict and disagreement in the case of norming. And then here people will establish the rules and regulation, and then they will mellow down to each other. And then everyone has developed that strong sense of belongingness, after coming together, after fighting a lot, they feel that, okay, now we are working as a team, and we have to support each other rather than to fight. And lastly, then the purpose for which you have been there, that you work for a common purpose, and then the performance actually takes place. So are you listening? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Right. Thank you. So here you can see that there are basically four stages I talked about. So formation, see, red part is actually your goals. So people are quite oblivious. They don't have anything related with the goals why people are there. So storming is like, again, the goals or the objectives of the team, they are kept aside. People are busy fighting with each other. There's a lot of conflict going on, and there are a lot of power egos and struggles, they are all going on. Then the third step is basically the norming stage. So here, people, they feel that, okay, there's no point fighting amongst ourselves. Let's give each other some time to understand. Let's establish the rules and regulation. Let's mellow down. Let's keep our egos and high egos at bay. And then, then they start working towards the common goals. So, look at all those four of them, they're together. And lastly, like after doing all those things, all four of them, their efforts, they're guided towards the attainment of the common goal. So this is the forming stage that I was just talking about. The here team will come together, and they will talk about the goals, and they will try to develop trust and communication. This might we have also seen in our daily lives also. Then here, when we have this team, the leader also plays a very, very important role. The communication has to be very, very solid. That people, they feel that, okay, why, let's communicate. As I just joined the session, I wanted to communicate with you all. I just took 2 minutes of time to break the ice. So just wanted to know who's who. No, so like after having that kind of conversation, we can connect in a better way. Same is the case in the team also. So there can be a lot of motivation, there can be a lot of group dynamics. So when we talk about group dynamics, we can always have a group communication, or maybe group decision making, group cohesiveness, or maybe, a lot of activities are also done to build up that kind of team building. Then there can be different kind of roles that can be taken up by the people also. For example, they can be, people can be very septic, they can be optimistic people, they can be a gatekeeper, like people will ensure, okay, the group is working or the team is working in a proper way or no. And, people are contributing their ideas. If a team has encountered with a problem, there has to be some kind of problem solving also. So what we are trying to do is, like, we are trying to make everyone very confident. We are trying to make people very comfortable, and we are always trying to decrease that kind of, I, me, and myself. So here is basically, the roles are taken up. So once we form, like, we always try to know the personalities of individual as a team member. So they can be MBTI indicators that can help us to understand, like whether the people is a judge, or maybe, people are introvert or extrovert. I'm sure you might have know the meaning of this, those who are very outspoken or less spoken, or what are their personality traits, so on and so forth. So and people who are introvert and extrovert, they will take some time to get along with people. And like, at times they feel that, oh no, this team is not meant for me, or so on and so forth. So there can be at times something, related with intuitiveness, or maybe the sensor. So at times, people, they miss on the big picture. Why am I part of this team? People, they feel that, oh, why the manager has selected me, oh, why the principal has selected me. But maybe, it can be a kind of a blessing in disguise, because once we work in a team, we can always attain a lot of things. So at that time, there can be some kind of people who can think, there can be some kind of people who can always feel in a better way. So again, I reiterate myself that, we have to leverage the skills, the knowledge, the experience of each other, and we need to harness our own skills or try to make them better. And we can always do it by being in a team also. So at times when we are in a team, there may be some people who are very good with making schedules, or maybe people are good with making decisions. There may be people who are very curious, or maybe at times, people are ready to support in the best possible way, because everybody cannot be best at everything. So we have to, as I told you about the word TRS, as I have given in my HR book also, trust, respect, and support. So how are you going to build that kind of trust? Of course, the communication part, as as I told you, we have to have people, we have to counsel them, we have to educate them, we have to see what kind of expectations they have from their team members, and every team member, they are able to live up to the expectation of their team. Then second stage, as I talked about, that this is more of a directive, like everyone is trying to be a directive, everyone here, people, they use directive leadership actually. And here people, they feel that, okay, whatever I say, you have to listen to me. So they discover that teamwork is more difficult than they have actually anticipated. And it's not easy to get along with people, and the team members, they are not good enough, they are not motivated, we cannot talk to them, so on and so forth. So that kind of apprehensions, that can always come up. So they, as I told you, this is a stage of conflict and competitiveness. There are a lot of there's a lot of resentment, anger, and people are a little frustrated at this point of time. So they have got very poor collaboration. So look at this picture. You can see yourself also. Like there's a team of members. So they feel that he must be joking. He didn't listen. So the person feel that, okay, why is the person not listening to me? I have my own viewpoint. Okay, great, I got my way. Agree on what? So again, there are a lot of disagreements, you can see they are taking place in the storming stage. So in the storming stage, we have to identify that, that whether we are on the same line, or whether our goals are tangent to each other, whether we are able to work together, whether we can take decisions properly, whether we can communicate, or whether we cannot communicate. So here interpersonal skills, they play a very crucial role. So here at times when there can be a lot of conflict also, like people, as I told you, I, me, or myself. So there are people who are very experienced, they would try to be soft. People who are with less age, or maybe less experience, like they may be speaking too much, and they may be resenting too much. So people who are experienced enough, they would be taking a call on call in this state of mind. Then we have to address the problem, why are we there, and so on and so forth. And lastly, as I told you, norming is like, there's no condition. Okay, let's accept the members as they are. We establish the rules and regulation, the role clarity is also there. And then if fellow members, they know that, okay, what work I'm supposed to perform, and they feel that, okay, now it's the time to show our mettle, and now we are going to do our best. So here the behavior pattern will also change. Here the competitive feeling that people had at the time of formation of this team, it will become more cooperative. People will be willing to support you, listen to you, or cooperation and coordination, everything will come here, and people are ready to solve the problem and work together as a team. So if you all remember, like as a team only, the this Elon Musk team worked to bring back Sunita Williams and the other astronaut back from the space after their confinement for 9 months. So again, it was not the effort of just one person. So it has been a rigorous Herculean task of the entire team members, who have relentlessly working very hard. So they work as a team. So that is the norming part. And at times when we are working in a team, we should have the habit of understanding, if anyone is giving a feedback. So we do not have to exaggerate. We do not have to bring the person down. We do not have to be very judgmental. But we have to tell people what that, okay, here you are going wrong, or you can improvise yourself. So there has to be a very, very constructive feedback coming in from their team members, or maybe from the leaders also. And here, we are accepting compliments also. As I told you, a little pat on the back, well done, my friend. It can definitely boost up the morale level of the entire team. So when we are receiving the feedback, it's very essential. We should know that where we are going wrong. So we have to listen carefully. We have to ask for clarity, take the feedback, and take time to sort out ourselves. Then it talks about the steps to building a dynamic team. So again, as I told you, the mission statement has to be very, very clear, the goals that we are chasing. And so that can be a kind of a drive that we have, right? The second is like striving. Okay, so here the roles are becoming very clear, after a lot of fighting, or maybe understanding, or, having that kind of conflict, frustration, anger, arguments, so on and so forth. So now here people have actually accepted, okay, that we have to work in a team only. And then they feel that, okay, let's understand what are the roadblocks, what are the hindrances, what are the bottlenecks that we are going to face in attainment of our goal. And then they come up with the action plan. So here actually they keep their I, me, myself at bay. Then, as I told you about this thriving part, also they try to give you the feedback. The constructive feedback is always given by the team members and the leaders, and they tell us that okay, how we have to collaborate, and we are ready to support each other. We are ready to go to any level to help our struggling teammates, or maybe to whatever the role has been entrusted to us by the team authorities. We are ready to do that. So, a lot of empowerment is also being given. And lastly, we see that okay, we arrive that after doing all those things, coming together and working together, we are keeping a track of the work that has been done, how much work is still pending, or maybe what are the bottlenecks, or maybe what are the hindrances in our attainment of the goals, so on and so forth. So we are always encouraging involvement. We want even the slightest, or even the person at the lowest level, they are also making a lot of difference, or they are also contributing to the success of the organization. And lastly, we talk about the reviving part. Here we talk about, like, okay, why, where, if we have been able to attain the goals, nothing like that. But in case if we are falling short of the attainment of the goals, then we have to revive, or we have to think, or we have to ponder where did we actually go wrong, or where which team, like member we was not able to perform, or maybe the goals were not properly set, or maybe they were too hypothetical to attain, or maybe something like that. So we have to actually ponder over that. And lastly, when everything is done, they, as a leader, as a team, we actually attain the success, like whatever objective we were trying to attain, we have actually attained that. So so this is basically, again, I'm talking about the the movement from the formation part to the execution part. So but again, we have to understand one thing, that in the case of team building, a little pat or some kind of rewards which are being rendered by the management, or maybe by the team authorities, it will do wonders. So this is very, very common in all the kind of companies, all the corporate companies which are working. They all work on the incentive basis, they all work on the team basis, and they feel that okay, if the team is able to perform, so everyone is going to get a share of the profit sharing in some way or the other. So people, they feel that not only one person will be rewarded, but everyone will be rewarded. For example, if you have a showroom of Honda, so even if a single car is being sold out of the showroom, so right from the person who's cleaning the car, or maybe the guard who's checking the slip, from that person to the manager, or maybe the receptionist, or maybe the technical manager, everyone is contributing to the attainment of the goal. So no one should feel oblivious that okay, I do not play a very important role. Every person, irrespective of the category, everyone is contributing. So here are few activities. So we have actually covered three stages. Now, very quickly, I'll have a very, very small activity. So are you all listening to me? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. All right.
Yeah, yeah, of
All
course.
right. All right. So, just for 2 minutes, just to give you a feel, because we are just connected online. So, what I want you all, you just pick up a pen and a paper very quickly. So, because generally you people are listening to the lectures, and then you feel that okay, we'll get the recorded lectures, and then we can get the concept. But what I'll prefer is that very quickly just pick up a pen and a paper. I'll just have this activity for 2 minutes with you all, and then you see the fun part of it. Then you will be able to understand the team building in a better way, right? So are we ready? Hello? All right, all right, all right. So, okay, the paper and a pen should be there in your hand, and just visualize yourself that you are sitting in a team. All of you are maybe sitting in a team of 3 to 4 people, and maybe team A, team B, team C. So we cannot have the teams like that. So working, just imagine yourself that you're sitting in a round table, and then you're working as a team member, right? So, so here what I am going to talk about is like, can you see this triangle? Can you all see this triangle?
Yes, yes,
All right.
yes.
All right. All right. So what you're supposed to do is like in this triangle, you have to give me maybe another 2 minutes of time, that according to you, what this triangle can represent, right? So what this triangle can represent, I'll just give you a hint. For example, this triangle can be a samosa. This triangle can be a decoration piece. Are you getting my point? So you have to identify that what this triangle, according to you, what shape, the shape that you see, it can represent what different things, or can you think of the different things that can be made from this small triangle? Is it clear? Hello. All right, let me.
And it's like a pyramid.
And just,
Yes,
madam, you just
yes.
don't speak right now. So we are almost 8 to 9 of us who are connected with each other. Okay, we are 15. So all those people who have joined late also, and if you can hear my voice, can you type just number one very quickly? Can you just type number one in the chat box? Number one in the chat box very quickly. Chat box number one. Uh, okay, Kavita, madam, is there? Only Kavita, madam, can hear me? Rashmi, okay. Only two of us, okay. Madeline, okay. Who else can hear me? No, wait, okay, Preeti, Rashmi, Naina, Sugasini. Okay, right, wonderful. So very quickly, what you're supposed to do is I showed you, yes, Neat. I showed you a small triangle. It's already 7:15. I really wish to show you a few more very important things related with team building. I'll just give you 1 minute of time in a piece of paper. Yes, Rajakur Gajare. Just write down what this triangle represents to you very quickly. Very quickly. No one is going to write in the chat box, please. Do not write in the chat box, right? Very quickly start writing. What can you think that this triangle can represent? Imagine yourself that you're sitting in a round table with 3 to 4 team members. Very quickly. I'll just take it after 1 minute.
Done, ma'am.
So if you're ready, just type number 2 in the chat box. Just think what this triangle can represent. Okay, Neil, Rashmi, okay. Only two, only three. Okay, let's take it because then I'll not be able to finish the session well on time. All right. So very quickly unmute yourselves. Okay, Nana. So what things now everyone pick up a pen and a paper and just keep writing the things that people are telling us, right? So anything where you see the repetition, just cut it. Just don't write that, right? So let's take it. Let me the person who write. Okay, Neil, can you hear me? Very quickly unmute yourself, please.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Neil, just tell me very quickly. Everyone keep writing and just keep cutting. There should not be repetitions. Huh? Yes, tell me.
Yeah, ma'am. So seeing the triangle, I feel that in the area of discussion we are having right now,
Hmm.
it seems to represent the highest authority who would be handling and guiding the complete team, including the people from the lowest level.
Okay, according to this is authority. What else can you think of this triangle to be? It can be a shape of a
Uh,
samosa. It can be a decoration piece. Something like that.
so, ma'am, right now I am more into what we were discussing. We can also say that it's the complete journey from the bottom
Hmm.
till the top, which has to be taken in
Okay,
picture.
this is the secondary part,
Yeah.
Neil. I'm looking forward for the things that you can think. The shape that signifies. As I'm giving you the example. Okay, the samosa
It's a shape of it's a shape of a samosa, or you can also say the half-cut sandwich.
sandwich. Okay, keep on writing, my dear friends. Huh? Okay, I'm also writing. Anything else that you can think of, Neil?
Yeah. So we have some Chinese games, right? I
Chinese
just
game.
forgot.
Okay. Yes.
There
Yes.
are seven. There are seven pieces that we join together and form.
Yes.
What is that? I'm not able to call it.
Okay.
Not able to recall the name. So
Okay.
there are
Okay.
seven
Anything else you
different
can
pieces.
think of very quickly? Anything else you can think of?
That's it,
Okay.
ma'am.
All
Yeah.
right. No issue. Rashmi. Very quickly. Let's hear it from you.
Hello, I can say that base is very broad
Hmm.
in this picture,
Hmm.
and this triangle is joined with 3 points.
No, no, don't tell me that. I just want to listen that, this shape, according to you, what can you think, what are the things in life which are in the shape of this triangle?
Yeah, it is flow from top to bottom.
We've already done that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the item, example, it can be a hat, it can be a mountain, something like that.
yeah. It's mountain.
Mountain, okay. What else?
Yeah.
Only one?
Ma'am, it's a pyramid.
Beside that,
Yeah, it's a pyramid. Yes. Keep on writing.
pyramid.
Huh,
Yeah.
me, huh? Then, very quickly, tell me very quickly. You can only think of two things, Rashmi, madam?
Yes, it can be also a light shade.
Yes, yes. Very good. Move ahead.
Yeah.
Huh? What else?
Beside that, right now I cannot think.
I'll tell you the answers. Okay. Who
May
else?
I, ma'am?
Huh?
Yeah,
Ma'am, it's a
Nana.
pyramid or a
Yeah.
bread pakoda.
Huh?
Bread pakoda. Yes, very correct. Pakoda.
Yeah. May I, ma'am?
Yes,
Nana.
yes, yes, yes. Tell me.
So this can be a pyramid. This can be Maslow's hierarchy need. This
Yes.
can be three levels of management. This can be delta. This can be a
Yes.
Sri Yantra, which we keep
Sri
at our
Yantra.
home.
Okay, wait. I'm writing Sri Yantra. Huh, okay.
And
And
delta, that is a
change. Huh.
yeah. Then warning, caution. This
Morning
can be a
cross.
witch.
Very good.
Yeah, this can be a witch hat.
Which hat? Okay.
Yeah. So these are the things which
Oh,
are
very
coming to
good,
my
Nana.
mind.
All right. Anyone else? Very quickly. Nana's given us around 4, 5 of us. All right.
Ma'am,
Kavita.
I think so.
Prisma. Okay. Yes. Anyone? Sughasini? Sughasini? Okay. I think she's not there. Okay. Anyone else can think of anything else except the ones which people have given? Anything else you can think of? People have given me sandwich, game, board game, mountain, pyramid, pakoda, Maslow,
Ma'am, Bloom's
theory.
taxonomy.
Huh?
Bloom's taxonomy, ma'am.
Yes, Bloom's taxonomy. Yes, very good. Anything else? Very quickly. All right. All right. So can you see the, like there are very few of them, you have just responded since we are running short of time. So, like anyone who said about Maslow, the other one never thought of Maslow. The one who talked about delta, the other one didn't think about being a delta. So anybody talked about light shade, anybody talked about pakoda, for example, like people, Neil was not able to tell us about the pakoda or Sri Yant or the warning caution or the witch hat, right? So, this is the power of team, So once we were individually, when you were doing anything, you were only able to answer us only 2, 3 items. But once we were talking in teams, almost I have around 15 to 20 items with me, and I tell you they can be end number of things, like when I play this game with other teams also, they talk about the ice cream cone, they talk about the lamp, they talk about the tip of the pencil, they talk about the Bermuda Island, they talk about the the hat, the crown, the samosa, so on and so forth. And people, they talk about the chips also, like nachos and all. So this is the power of working in a team. So individually you may not be able to contribute that well, but once we work in a team, there can be n number of things that that we can always get out of it. So this was a small, let's have a big hand for each one of us at least making effort. Can we have that hand with each other? Okay, Sugasni, like Lance. Okay, what is that? I know, I don't have any idea. All right, so there are more. I can tell you almost 20 items that we can always have from this part of it. So that was a small activity that we had. So here was this performing stage where people, as a team, we came together and, we had a better understanding of each other. So people who were able to talk about mountain, the other one was not able to talk about mountains. So in an organization also as a team, there can be people who can understand things in a different way or in a different perspectives. And then, we always have the ability to prevent conflict. So prevention of conflict is only possible with the help of proper communication. So we were all communicating with each other, and I was motivating you all to come up. So even Neil came up with 2 things, maybe a sandwich or maybe Chinese game, so on and so forth. Very good. So here in the team building stage, you see that in the forming stage and the storming stage, the needs were quite different, right? But in the case of norming stage, we all came together and you all started thinking on the same lines. And lastly it was that individually and as collectively, we were thinking, even I was making a contribution as to what the sign signifies, even others were also thinking. And I'm sure by the time I will finish off this session, you will think, oh, this triangle could be this also, this triangle could be this also. There are n number of things that you can actually think of. Okay, now let me very quickly, just for 1 minute, let me show you all this a small EVAV. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just let's go ahead. Just 1 minute, Evie. Yeah, please have a look.
Okay, come on, everyone. You know what's gotta be done. Move it, move it, move it. Hey, you better pick up the pace. You're falling behind. Let's go. Everyone, move together. You got a tarantula ahead. You. Here we go. Ganito na. Wimpong! Okay, Divo Tara. Tomato?
All right. So, how was this, Evie? How was this, Evie?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Tata, how was it?
Very nice, ma'am. Teamwork is best for achievement.
Correct. So it talks about the teamwork, that an idea, like for example, one of my favorite was the Minions one. The other one was making fun of it that you will not be able to change the bulb. But the idea came and then the people they came supporting, and then you see the beauty of it, that how they were able to change the bulb also. So here this is the small message that I want to give, that we can always go up by helping each other, and we always rise by lifting others and working in collaboration. So let very quickly just me proceed because we are running short of time. So this is all the recipes that that we have to have very good coordination, balance, participation, awareness, and good interpersonal relationship. But what few tips that I would like to give, if you are a team member or if you're a leader, of course leadership happens to be a very very separate topic altogether. But the leader, if you remember those crabs, they could anticipate the danger from that vulture. But immediately they communicated in their sign language, they communicated in their own way, and then everybody collaborated and they were able to avert the danger that they had seen. So in that similar fashion, in our daily lives also, in our official lives also, once we work in a team, we can do miracles or we can attain anything. So we have to keep on praising our team and individuals very often. We have to develop the very very personal bond with everyone, and we have to respect and support the teams. So we have to keep on thinking, discussing. We do not have to criticize, we do not have to bring anybody down, but we have to support them. We have to give them some reward and recognition, and above all, spending time together will help us to build up those bonds also. So let me see very quickly. I'll finish off with another 5 minutes, and it says that in the case of teamwork, we have to convert me into we. So I, me, and myself, it will not work in our team, but it has to be we, that we will do it. We will face any challenge, we will see the bottlenecks and so on. So for that purpose, we need to have the right kind of attitude. Anytime we stop trying to get better, we get worse. So everyone should not think that, one should not be complacent that, okay, whatever I know, it's I am the boss. There's always some room for understanding. There's always room for some kind of collaboration. There's always some room for bonding, and so on and so forth. So the attitude has to be right, irrespective of the members that we have in our team building. So just on a lighter moment, so we say that, like, for every team, there's always a leader. But supposing if there is no leader in any of the team, then what will happen? So people, they feel that, okay, the team will not perform, or they will be far short, they will be falling short of the goals, the problem solving will not be done, so on and so forth. So just on a lighter moment, if I ask you that, in case if there is no leader in a team, what will happen? So all the team members will relax and they will sleep, and they are not at all bothered about the goals that they are looking forward to. So I'll just take another 1 minute to wind up my presentation, my dear friends. So what I would request you is that, just put your pen and paper down, or in case if you're doing any work, just keep it aside for just 1 minute. And let's go and check out few pics, and then I finish off my presentation. It says that, once we are in a team, individually it is 7777 plus is 28. But once we multiply, it is 24, not 1. So, as we talked about, you go up by lifting others. So you need to have that kind of attitude of helping people to move up. Then it said the result of the teamwork, when there is no teamwork, there is a lot of confusion. Look at this. They have joined these lines badly because they were all working in isolation. But had they worked in a proper way, then of course this problem wouldn't have been there. So if we work in isolation, there can be a lot of confusion. There can be a lot of wrong things coming up our way. And then look at this beautiful picture. It talks about everyone makes a contribution, like lifting others, like lifting or helping others to move ahead in life. So everyone coordinates, and every effort is counted. So this is a picture talks about the team building. Look at this beautiful picture. You might have seen very frequently in your internet also. There are 3 people who are trying to cross the bridge. So look at the confidence level. Look at the trust this gentleman has that these 2 people will not leave the bar, and I will be able to cross the bridge. The second one, the lady also feel that, okay, these 2 are going to hold me tight, and I will be also able to cross the bridge. And lastly, the third one also believes that, okay, these 2 are going to help me to cross the bridge. So in a teamwork also, it's very important that we need to have that kind of bonding, that kind of trust, and there should not be any kind of betrayal or bickerings, or maybe any kind of traitorship. Then it talks about the framework, integrity. The honesty is very, very essential. The trust is very essential. And of course, there has to be a commitment for excellence, because as I told you, every small person also makes a contribution towards the attainment of the common goals. Look at this. Large ambitious goals usually require that people will work together. Look at this. They both want to play the video games. So once he bends down, so he's playing. Other time he bends down, he's playing. So it's always a kind of a win-win situation. There is no ego. There is no attitude that should come in the work of teamwork. And then of course, upscaling and reskilling is a very important part of it. And everything is charged. You have to be charged enough to get people involved, the participation, the problem solving, the communication, the conflict resolution. So if you're being a part of any of the team, we need to understand we have to be very, very recharged of self. We have to be charged of selves. Then upskilling and reskilling. No one should think that they are perfect. We have to unlearn few things to learn better things in life. So as a team player, as a leader, we need to have that kind of habit of excelling, or taking everything in our stride, or understanding that what is actually happening. As I have already told you, that in the case of team building, we always try to have that kind. We are trying to harness the skills of the other person also. For that purpose, you have to be very, very skillful every time. Look at this picture here. People are supporting. Look at this gentleman. He is holding the ladder so that the lady doesn't falls, and the person is all helping to attain the goal. So everyone is helping each other to move ahead up in the ladder. There should not be any kind of bickerings. That's what I told you. So that bickering should not come in any regard. Every individual is a different personality, so we have to understand that, what kind of people that we have to take in our team. So that decision has to be taken very judiciously. Then look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No one is pushing anyone, but they are just waiting for their turn to go up. And look at the leader. People are supporting people to move up in the ladder. So we should also have that kind of feelings in our life. Also, at times they, like people, they behave very erratic also. But still, our karmas, our thoughts, they should be properly aligned with this. And it says that okay, together we can do wonders. So any one individual will not be able to do everything, so it's a teamwork that we have to do it. And look at this V power. Everyone is connected with each other. Everyone, these hands, they actually show solidarity. These hands, they show the connectedness, and these hands, they show that they are very supportive and they are trustworthy. And look at this beautiful picture again. There is a trust that she's not going to let this girl drop down, and then the vice versa can also take place. So every team member can help, as I told you earlier. And it says that everyone has to hang in there, because we all have to work together. We cannot have that kind of a high egos. We all have to mellow down ourselves, and we have to understand the importance of teamwork, the contribution, the rewards, the conflict, everything has to come in perfect place. So it says that every team can be successful. So your team, you enjoy your game of being a team member in whichever sphere you are working, and maybe in the capacity of a leader, or maybe in a capacity of a team building. And it says that make excellence a habit. Thank you so much. And it says that how far can you go? So wishing every one of you who's watching this lecture of mine, that you be a perfect team player with the required skills of being a supportive nature. And these are few books of mine. My HR book is one of the best selling books in the market. More than 4,000 copies have already been sold. And thank you so much for your patience listening. So be a great team member. Thank you so much. And I hope that I have been able to deliver what I really wanted to. Thank you.